Cruise fares promise family luxury at a bargain, but for thousands in 2026, the real shock comes later. Automatic gratuities quietly add up to $560 or more for a family of 4 before a single ice cream or a spa day. These charges are not just tips, and they do not always exempt your toddler. The numbers are climbing, policies keep shifting, and most families never see it coming. But who really sets these fees? Where does the money go? And just how high can the total get in a week at sea? Booking a cruise can make the words on your final bill confusing. 3 terms show up again and again: gratuities, service charge, and auto gratuities. All 3 mean the same thing: a daily per person fee charged by the cruise line, automatically added to your onboard account. This charge is not a tax, not a port fee, and not a one-time tip you hand to a crew member at the end of the trip. It is a standard line item, often labelled service charge on your shipboard folio, and it applies to every guest unless stated otherwise. A quick look back explains how this became the norm. Before the year 2000, tipping on cruises was left up to each family, cash in an envelope handed out at the end of the week. That changed as ships grew larger and cruise became more international. By the early 2000s, cruise lines like Royal Caribbean and Carnival began adding daily automatic gratuities to passenger accounts, starting at about $10 to $12 per person. Over the next decade, nearly every major line followed suit, raising rates steadily as operating costs climbed. During the pandemic, increases paused, but by 2026, daily rates reached $16 to $25 per guest. The latest jump was Carnival's $1 per day increase, effective April 2nd, 2026, raising the standard charge to $17 per day for most cabins. With these charges now built into every sailing, understanding the language on your bill is the first step to knowing where your money actually goes. Rates can change, so confirm on your cruise line's official website for your sailing. On every major cruise line, automatic gratuities are collected with a purpose: to support the people who turn a ship into a floating home. The largest share goes to stateroom attendants, the crew members who clean cabins, make beds, and deliver fresh towels each day. Dining teams also rely on these funds. Waiters, assistant servers, and kitchen staff work long hours to keep meals running smoothly in busy dining rooms and bustling buffets. But the reach of gratuities does not stop at the faces families see every night. Behind the scenes, hotel services teams, laundry workers, guest service staff, and maintenance crews are included in the pool as well. Instead of tipping individuals, cruise lines gather all these daily charges into a central pool. This pool is then divided among hundreds of crew members, supplementing their base pay. For many, these tips make up a significant part of their total earnings. The pooling system means that even crew members who never interact directly with guests, like those working in the laundry or behind the front desk, share in the benefit. This approach aims to reward both visible and behind-the-scenes work, making sure the entire hotel operation is recognized. Understanding who benefits from these charges gives families a clearer picture of where their money goes. The next question many parents ask is whether these charges apply to every guest, including children and infants. Age matters more than most families expect when it comes to cruise gratuities. Each cruise line sets its own rules about which children count towards your daily service charges, and these policies can make a real difference in the final bill. On Norwegian Cruise Line, for example, only guests aged 3 and older are included in the daily service charge. That means infants and toddlers under 3 cruise without this extra cost, offering real savings for families with little ones. Disney Cruise Line takes a different approach. Their recommended gratuity is calculated for every guest in the stateroom: adults, children, and even infants. Whether your baby is 6 months old or your child is 5, Disney expects a gratuity for each name on the reservation, and that applies to the full per-person charge. Carnival and MSC use their own age cutoffs, often exempting children under 2 from the daily charge, while Royal Caribbean applies gratuities to every guest, regardless of age. Note, the under 2 cutoff can make a big difference for some families. These differences can add up quickly. A family with an infant may pay nothing in automatic tips on Norwegian, but face a full per-person charge on Disney or Royal Caribbean. Policies can also change based on the ship, region, or even the date of your sailing. Before booking, Always check your cruise line's official policy for your specific trip to avoid surprises. Knowing these age thresholds helps families budget accurately and choose the best fit for their vacation. Rates can change, so confirm on your cruise line's official website for your sailing. Royal Caribbean sets its daily gratuity at $18.50 per guest in a standard cabin and $21 per person staying in a suite. Norwegian Cruise Line charges $20 per guest per day for club balcony suites and below, while the Haven and other suites climb to $25 per guest per day. Carnival's new rates, effective April 2nd, 2026, are $17 per guest per day in standard staterooms and $19 in suites. Disney Cruise Line recommends $16 per guest per night for non-concierge staterooms, but their concierge and suite category jumps sharply to $27.25 per guest per night. For a family of 4 sailing for 7 nights, the numbers add up fast. On Royal Caribbean, that is $518 for a standard room, or $588 for a suite. Norwegian standard cabins bring the total to $560, but a suite pushes it to $700. Carnival's new standard rate totals $476, with suites at $532. Disney's non-concierge stateroom comes in at $448, while a concierge suite soars to $763. The reality for families like the Changs, who booked a Disney concierge suite for a multi-generational vacation, is clear. Gratuities alone can add over $700 to the bill before a single drink or short excursion. For most, seeing these totals brings the true cost of cruising into focus, revealing a side of the budget that often goes unnoticed until the final invoice arrives. Families have a choice when it comes to paying cruise gratuities. You can settle up before boarding or let the charges post to your account each day on board. Prepaying is as simple as a few clicks on the cruise line's website or through a travel agent. The main advantage is the rate is locked in. If the cruise line raises gratuity rates after you have prepaid, you are protected from any increase for your sailing. That can make a real difference for larger groups or families booking months in advance. For those who prefer to wait, daily gratuities appear automatically on the shipboard folio, and they add up over the course of the trip. The final bill is paid at the end, usually with the same card used to secure the reservation. Some families, like the Mitchells, say prepaying helped them stick to a strict vacation budget. Mrs. Mitchell said they did not want any surprises at the end of the week, and that having the gratuities handled up front meant they could focus on fun, not math. Norwegian Cruise Line offers one more layer of flexibility. If you prepay and then cancel your trip, those service charges are fully refundable. That is a rare policy among major lines, and it gives families extra peace of mind if plans change. Regardless of when gratuities are paid, percent-based service charges on drinks, specialty dining, and spa treatments still apply as purchases are made throughout the cruise. Percent-based gratuities are where many families feel the sting, often without realizing it until the end of their trip. Beyond the daily service charges, every major cruise line now adds automatic percentages to a range of onboard purchases. Royal Caribbean tax on 18% to every beverage, specialty restaurant meal, and even minibar snack. Spa and salon services come with a 20% automatic gratuity. Norwegian Cruise Line applies a flat 20% service charge to drinks, specialty dining, and spa treatments. Disney Cruise Line includes an 18% charge on every bar tab, wine purchase, or premium dining experience. These percentages are non-negotiable. They show up instantly on receipts. There is no option to remove them. A simple example, 2 $12 cocktails on Royal Caribbean are not just $24. With the 18% gratuity, the total rises to $28.32. That is an extra $4.32 for just one round of drinks. Multiply that by a week of family sodas, specialty coffees, or a dinner at the steakhouse, and the numbers climb fast. Families like the Garcias, sailing on Norwegian, were caught off guard. We budgeted for the daily tips, but the drink charges added up way more than we expected, Mrs. Garcia said. By the end of the cruise, those little percentages made a big difference in our final bill. For most travelers, these add-ons are invisible until the folio arrives, turning a planned budget into a moving target. As cruise lines quietly update gratuity rates each year, the real cost of family cruising keeps rising, often unnoticed until the final bill. For families, understanding these charges means fewer surprises and smarter choices. Rates can change, so always check your cruise line's official website for your sailing. Share your gratuity experience below.